Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Addicts.
Hello and welcome to Geek Addicts, a pop culture podcast where we totally killed the main villain. He's definitely dead. My name is Matt. With me, as always, Bill Barber. How's it going, Bill?
So we killed the main villain, but this is the second movie of 4. Right. Anyways, and the series is only not even halfway through.
Look, Inuyasha didn't get the memo. You know, they thought they were going to have multiple villains, like all these other hot animes out right now, and it is what it is.
We'll get to it when we get to the thing, but the reveal makes perfect sense when you think about it. Yeah, but oh my god, it's been a week since we last recorded.
Yeah, it's been a very wet week again.
Oh god, this weekend, it's just rain.
Yesterday was bad. Yesterday was like a typhoon out there.
It was pretty hit or miss. Like there was a good river going down my driveway for a while, and it was cold. Like that's like the worst combo when it's rainy and cold.
Yeah, we were hanging out with a buddy of ours that lives in downtown Plymouth, and like multiple blocks power got knocked out because he's right on the ocean. So those big gusts were coming because it was very windy yesterday, and fucking once those started rolling, I was halfway through watching the new Superman movie. And the power went out. I was like,
of course.
I did finish it though later that night, but
what were your just? We'll probably go into it deeper for an episode later. But what were your basic thoughts?
I thought it was really good. It's a very, very fun movie. I wasn't expecting Mr. Terrific to show up. That was interesting.
There's a lot of characters in the movie that people weren't expecting.
Yeah, I did love all the crypto scenes. That was very fun.
Cryptos, especially the payoff at the end.
Yeah, the very end when fucking Kara just shows up.
Which is so funny because I know it's tying into the Supergirl movie, but like when I first saw them, like that is not the Kara I know. They're doing a very unique version, which is based off the Woman of Tomorrow book. So
I'm into it because I loved that comic. It was fantastic, and I'm so happy that that's what they're doing for the movie.
What'd you think of David Cornsweet as Superman Clark?
I thought he nailed it. I mean, there was a lot of points throughout where it's like, yeah, I could totally see Superman getting upset over this. Like,
he felt.
I honestly just the beginning part too, where it's just like, oh, like this many years ago, metahumans started showing up. Also, like 3 days ago, fucking some dude showed up and he was like trying to fight Superman. And then 3 minutes ago, he got his ass beat for the first time. Like,
yeah, that was fun. Well, I love that it's not another origin story because we've seen enough of those at this point. And also, none of the fucking Lois Lane doesn't recognize Clark. They said screw that, they're already together. We're not gonna. I did
like the wave away of them just being like, oh yeah, so his glasses are like special. There's like special Kryptonian technology or something where it like creates like a hypnotic suggestion so people don't recognize him.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll actually buy that. I buy it.
Yeah, because for years everyone's like, greatest reporter on the planet can't tell the guy in glasses is Superman.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was also good too that they were just like, yeah, no, he's already Superman. He's already dating Lois. Lois already knows who he is. They're just gonna put all that aside right at the beginning and just say, this is our story we're telling.
I liked it more than Man of Steel. I have nothing against Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he had to deal with some shit scripts, to be perfectly honest. Never his fault. But
I still haven't seen him as Superman.
You're not missing much. He's very good.
I like the actor. Everything I've seen him in, he does a good job. But I just feel like Superman's too clean a character for him. I feel like he's better with like the rough and tough down and dirty kind of characters.
All I'll say is Henry Cavill was not the problem with any of the Snyder films. It was everything else. But the way they handle the Superman Lois, well, and because like Lois in those movies doesn't feel like Lois in the slightest. No one feels like anybody in those goddamn movies. That's what made the James Gunn movies so good. That and the thing that I loved the most about it was a funny movie, but it didn't feel like it was shoving the humor down your throat like a fucking Marvel movie does.
Yeah, no, it was very well done. And if this is what we can expect from this new DC cinematic universe, then I'm all for it.
It's funny because I was thinking, I'm like, damn, the Marvel movies really are brutal with the fucking shoving jokes in your face every 5 seconds. And I'm like, I guess that's kind of a Marvel thing. But then I was like, is it every Marvel movie? And I was like, no, the Guardians movies aren't like that. Then it hit me. I'm like, oh right. I wonder why.
Yeah.
What's the key similarity between these two movies? Yeah. I mean, I love the post-credit scene because it's literally everyone sat in the
theater. With the fucking bricks.
Yeah. Everyone sat in the theater expecting like this stinger for like Supergirl, but no, it's just Clark, Mr. Terrific, staring at a wall. I'm like, yes.
Mr. Terrific got all butthurt about it. He's just like, oh, come on. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry.
I just loved it because it was a perfect summation of all the people that sat in the theater waiting for that. And we're just like, we all looked at each other and we're like,
okay.
I'm like, that was funny, but like, was it worth sitting here to see that?
It's like the equivalent to the end of the first Deadpool movie, which is just like, go home. There's no, you're not going to see nothing. Go home.
I will say, the theater experience for that movie was phenomenal, like to the point where like it is the first time I've ever seen a movie where like once the credits hit, the entire like theater like stood up and clapped. I was like, damn, because I'm sitting there going like, holy shit, we got a good Superman movie in my lifetime.
I think because Cindy she missed like the first like I don't know 10 minutes of it. I think.
I guess she didn't miss really anything other than.
But she saw all the rest of it, and I'm hoping that she liked it enough to want to go see Supergirl with me next month. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I have high hopes for the new DC movie universe if they do it the right way, which it seems like they're going to do.
Well, between like the Superman movie and then from what I'm expecting from the Supergirl movie, and then we're getting fucking a DC horror movie later this year. Like,
yeah, and they're already working on the next Superman too.
They're just sticking with Superman. We're not gonna throw any other. No.
Well, no, they're working on other stuff too, but you got to understand how well this movie did. True.
Well, there was another thing that I forget what it was. There was another DC movie in the same universe being made. I just don't remember what it was. Like it was one of those not super well known ones, from what I could tell.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. That's good though.
Isn't there a movie for The Authority coming out? Like, isn't that being made?
Yeah, if it is, I don't remember.
I was looking up like DC movies coming up, and that was one of the ones I think I saw. So I don't know. We'll see.
The schedule that they put out is very flimsy, from what I've heard. Like, it changes on a dime. Like, they're still being very wishy-washy on it, whether they're going to get a new Batman or just find a way to make Patterson Batman work. So,
well, I mean, I know for a fact that there was a Batman movie in that list of stuff that supposedly will be coming. I think it said it was going to be called The Brave and the Bold. I don't know how far along it is in production, if it's happening.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if that's an accurate name, but we'll see.
That's the one I've seen. We'll have to wait and see, personally.
Yeah, it would be kind of weird to just have two concurring Batman movie franchises going at the same time.
I think the problem is he kind of inherited what was going on with the Matt Reeves Batman, and because that was so successful, he kind of just has to deal with it.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't just fucking get together and say, you know what, screw it, it's all the same universe. Like, why not?
The theory that I've heard is it's not even a James Gunn thing. It's Matt Reeves is being difficult, apparently. Because we know Pat
happy, like, hey, I made a good DC movie. Nobody can take it away from me. I don't want it to get sucked into a universe because we all saw how that works out.
Yeah. Well, because I know Pattinson has already said multiple times he wants to work with David Cornsweet, so which would be awesome. Like that would be such an interesting Batman and Superman dynamic because they're really different. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah. Either way, I very much enjoyed the Superman. I'm glad I finally got to watch it. Nice. Been trying to make it work for at least a few weeks now. Finally got the chance.
That was that movie. I'm just glad we got to say we lived through a good Superman movie.
Yeah. I mean, we always at the end of the day we always have Superman 78, but yeah, I am happy this movie exists.
I wanted one that was during our lifetime, though.
Not one that came out almost 20 years before we were born.
Yeah, and it has to be live action, not because there have been decent animated films, but
yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
So I wanted to, just because it's been gnawing on me. Did you see the new Oshinoko?
I was literally just about to bring it up.
Let's get into that because it's something.
Yeah.
So our theory at the end of the last episode was we're immediately that's wrong now. They've just
immediately wrong. I still like the idea, but yeah, it's automatically out.
And the best part is they don't even really address it. The most we get is the director going, "Yeah, the actress had to pull out because I guess there was a conflict, and she's just kind of disappeared off the grid. We don't know what's going on there." But anyways, and they just completely it's not important anymore. Like it's
that's production and shit. You're just like, oh, we can't get a hold of them. Down to the next person. It's not their job to find her body. So
yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm like, all right, well that ends that theory. And apparently we're not going to get any updates on that. So
not for a bit, at least. We'll probably get something at like the end of the last episode for the season, and like that's the only reference we're going to get to it.
Or it was entirely a red herring, and we will never. That poor woman is never going to be found.
Well, they found the doctor eventually, so.
True. But knowing this universe,
who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So this episode was definitely a lot more of that kind of exposition. Like they're really building up to this. Apparently, this whole movie production is like the next major arc. Like from what I've read.
Yeah, I imagine it being a lot like the play, but darker.
No, much darker. Because all the characters are involved, and like, damn, Ruby's still mad. Like,
yeah. I want to know because they're pretty much throwing all of our major characters into this movie, and what I want to know is who's going to play who.
Well, as of right now,
it's pretty obvious that Ruby's going to end up being I, especially with the way that episode ended. And
oh my god,
I don't know if you think this or if this is something that's just going to come out of nowhere, but I think that the subject of like the acting competition they're doing right now, like the theme is liar. So I think Ruby is going to recite her mother's dying words. And that's going to be so moving that the other one's going to be like, all right, you win.
Yeah,
she's going to be like, how the fuck did you get the script?
Yeah. I'm also like, why is Akane there? Like, did they really just bring her there just to annoy her? Because
I don't even know it's that. I think it's because everybody knows she's such a good actor and that she has been using I as like kind of a I was her inspiration, like when she did the whole thing with the bridge in season 1.
Yeah.
And then when she came back around, she was like, I is my inspiration. I'm going to use her as my model to continue my career.
So I have this
I can see it.
The theory I have is that she was brought in because of the stuff like that, but she didn't realize how into this whole thing that Akane actually is. Yeah, because my god, she was so annoyed about being there, and I'm like, I get it.
And also the one who invited them is the only one who knows what this movie is about. So that's gonna be a whole thing.
Also, fun fact about that character. That character is there's an interesting caveat about that character.
She's got snake eyes.
She is like a snake woman for some reason. But also she is actually a direct tie-in to Kaguya-sama.
She is?
She is the younger sister of a character from Kaguya-sama that unfortunately the anime never you never see her in the anime because she's after where the Ice Queen saga ends, and then the Stairway to Adulthood fully just cuts out her entire part of the manga. So you never see her in the anime, but she's a
manga. Did that ever get dubbed, by the way?
No. It's gonna be like it's literally I'm assuming it's gonna be like the movie The First Kiss That Never Ends, where the dub just shows up one day and we just go, oh, cool.
There it is.
Yeah. Because no, not yet. And it's driving us. Kaguya-sama fans are just we get it at this point. That's how it's gonna be. But yeah, she's related to one of the high school characters from Kaguya-sama, who's kind of like a bit character, but she does play a small role. She's actually tied closely to your favorite guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Ishigami.
Yeah.
She has an entire arc where he joins a Discord server to play online games, and like she's like the super popular girl, but then she's secretly in there playing games, and she's like one of the people. She's mostly there as
little geek.
Yeah, she's mostly there as like another like relationship plot thread, basically just to give Miko something to do.
Fair.
But yeah, that's an odd tie that just happens to be in this between the two.
Fair enough.
But it's apparently a big age gap too, because according to most of the
technically the future, right?
Yeah, because there's like a bunch of context clues throughout Kaguya-sama that like B. Kamachi's mentioned in I Still Alive. Spoiler. So yeah. Well, that and Kaguya as an adult is Ruby's photographer in the future. So yeah. But
Gotcha.
there's also that scene with Kana where she's like weirdly bubbly. Like,
well, yeah, it's because fucking Aqua's actually like acknowledging her existence barely.
Yeah, and I love the scene where she's like, yeah, but I only see you as a friend because you're in a relationship after all. And he's like, thanks, but me and Akane
I actually broke up with her. And she's like, fuck.
She's like, what? I blew it. Not that Aqua would care, because as he tells Memcho later, he's done with that because his life is meaningless now. Like,
Cindy is really worried that Memcho is gonna die.
I don't think she's got anything to worry about.
I'm just saying, I feel like she's one of those characters that's just going to fucking walk into a bad situation without knowing like anything that's going on, and she's gonna end up being like a collateral damage situation.
I don't know, like the ending. I know it's controversial. I didn't get spoiled, but I have a strong suspicion that a very main character is going to be dying.
Oh, so. You're definitely losing one of the main characters, either Ruby or Aqua.
Yeah, so we'll see that.
But I have a feeling that they're trying to red herring us, and it's going to end up being Ruby who dies.
I don't know. To be honest, Ruby's been so weird this season.
Yeah.
Like she's 180'd as a character, and I'm just like, like that whole scene where she's talking to the director, and like she just gets dark there, especially because that whole scene starts with her talking to a fucking cat on the side of the road.
Yeah, and then like he comes up and they're just chatting like normal, whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, so you and your brother still aren't getting along." She's like, "This conversation's over. I'm out of here." Like,
he's like, "Oh, he didn't show you the DVD?" She's like, "What DVD?" And he's like, "Never mind, that's not important."
Well, now I want to know. God damn it!
She lets that go easily too. I was like, she's not even gonna fight that. Okay, like I guess we'll find.
There has to be some like the next time they see each other, like she has to say something about it, because like how do you just how can both of them be so obsessed with I, and then like she hears something like that and she's not gonna say something to him? Like makes no sense. Also like when that fucking shoe finally drops, they actually find out who each other really are. Like,
I have a weird suspicion that we're never going to actually get that reveal.
No, I think we are. It would make no... Dude, the whole reason that he's obsessed with I in the first place is because of her.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's where his obsession comes from. It's from her.
See, Akka's writing is so trollish, though, that I could see him just completely just leaving that unresolved. I don't know though. We'll have to wait and see.
No, they definitely put way too much has gone into the story for that to just never come up.
True. I know that we're
especially since we know that there's going to be a kiss at some point, so obviously they have to find out. Otherwise, it's just weird. It's still weird either way, but it's super weird if they don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's still kind of weird even when they do know.
No, agreed. But it's way weirder if they don't.
I don't know. My only thing is we're getting very close to the point of the manga where Akka completely just checked out. Which is one of the reasons why the ending is kind of a disaster from what I've heard, but we'll have to wait and see.
Who knows? They might tweak it for the anime. You never know.
Yeah, especially with how popular the anime is.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say another scene though that I found particularly interesting is going back to that final whole confrontation there. Also, Kana graduated, I guess. That just happens.
Good for her. I guess, sure.
That happened. But yeah, that whole final confrontation thing is going on. And I do enjoy the fact of how dramatic that the Frill character is. I like that they haven't used her much because now we're actually getting somewhere with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically the replacement for the pink-haired girl that was basically a bit part earlier.
I guess. I mean, it's not like she wasn't really much of anything in the first place, but all right.
Well, we need like the extra new character for this arc that just shows up.
Sure.
She got an entire manga cover, and the spine is like this lime green, and everyone hates it because like if you ever want to look at the most infuriating thing ever, actually I'll send it to you on Discord so you can marvel in this. The Oshinoko manga spines, you'll take one look at that and just go, why? 1 second. I'm going to send this to you, and I want your live reaction to this art.
Okay.
Right. I just sent it. That's volume 1 through 13.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Like,
that's infuriating.
Yes, it is. See, at first, like, for those who don't know, the Oshinoko manga spines are a mess. They literally start out all white, then randomly go black, then back to white. There's a random pink one, back to black, white. There's a lime green, white, like, no pattern. It's just a mess splattered on the wall.
That is ridiculous.
And I posted this on Reddit just because I was like, am I the only one that's like triggered by this? Because I don't usually care about manga spines. Like, it doesn't bother me. This does. And everyone's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. It's like, what are we doing here, people?
Yeah, that's infuriating. That's a sin, is what that is.
The best part to me though is like you get all the people are then starting to try and like break it down and figure it out. And they're like, well, maybe the darker spined ones are for like the darker arcs. I'm like, no, that's like the play. That's not that dark. Like the black spines are for the play.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's anyways, apparently they don't get any. There's no more crazy colors, but it's still just a mess of black and white coming up. So
I don't know, but I have a suspicion that Aqua is going to end up playing the dad.
Yeah, I'm interested about that because he does know who he is at this point, but it's still kind of like one of those things where they haven't really. The audience knows, Aqua knows, but like no, they haven't acknowledged it publicly yet in the world, which I think is
that's the thing is this isn't for the masses. This is for him. He's doing this just to get under his skin. That's the only reason this is happening.
Yeah. I will say too, another thing that this episode we had another brief like eye cameo, like flashback. Yeah. And this season has really been good at just punching us in the gut because rewatching these last two episodes made me forget how much that first episode like really makes you like Ai as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Just for her to get taken away like that and then just be gone.
Yeah.
And these flashbacks, I'm like, holy shit, she's like so fucking charming as a character.
Yeah.
Like the whole like she's like, I'm giving these to you because you know for a fact I'm gonna lose them. And he's like, he just takes one look at her and goes, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
like that's fun.
I want to see the fucking interviews. The documentary interviews.
We're gonna get there. I think that's coming.
This season?
I don't know about this season. Next season, though, hopefully.
Son of a... Well, if there's only going to be one more season, then I have to hope. But I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Stop making me wait.
Well, keep in mind, like if you look at that picture, the green spine is about where the Frill character shows up. She's on the cover of that one, and that's around where this arc is. I think it starts around like the 2 volumes before, like right after the pink one. We're kind of where this one is. Like I think this starts around the black one before the pink one, and that's kind of what we've been with this season. And there's still like 3 to 4 more volumes that haven't come out over here yet, so there's still a decent amount for at least one more season.
Yeah.
And I hope to God it gets greenlit, because if this does not get concluded with just how fucking intense this is,
how could it not? How could it not? Let's be real.
There's been so many just unfinished series lately, but we'll see.
I just can't see this being one of them. And if it is, then we're gonna riot. We're gonna go on strike. We're gonna show up at the fucking animation studio and we're gonna burn it down.
I don't think it's the animation studio's fault. I think it's more.
I'll find Aka's house.
I don't think Akka would care. Akka just like laugh and be like, "Sorry, I stopped caring." Here's my new series, which is just Kaguya-sama again. I don't think it actually is Kaguya-sama again, but it was. Anyways, I will say though that this was another one of those episodes where we get the that ending as that whole scene is wrapping up.
Oh, I got so mad. As soon as the music kicked on.
When like Akane finally like because Akane is like the only sane woman in this goddamn room right now, and like she's just giving this like basic like takedown, like basically being like, why the fuck am I even here? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know exactly what you're doing. Just get to the point. And then I hear the little like synth in the back.
The little warble. I'm like, no, you put that warble away.
The synth. I'm like, God damn it, the drum beat's back.
This is worse than Jinu's feet.
Well, no. This at least like gives you at least a warning. Jinu's feet just
that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Yeah, but at least we got good. But at least this one, like, the suspense really works in these episodes. The suspense in Solo Leveling was just like, ugh.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Oh, I did also enjoy the line of like when Akane shows up and Ruby's like, Akane, hi. You just broke up with my brother, who I'm not talking to. Awkward. Like, even though Akane is a professional and just doesn't even bring it up, but
you guys remember when people used to say that? Awkward.
Did people ever say that?
Oh yeah, that was a thing. It was a thing.
That was a thing, but like, I don't think anyone actually said it like unironically. I think it was always like in a joking manner.
For the most part.
This is why no one ever talks about millennial humor, because like even like we don't understand our own humor sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We don't understand the humor before us or after us, and we don't even understand our own humor. That's why we're the weird generation.
Well, we were the test subject generation, so.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just the shields for fucking Zoomers and Gen Alpha at this point.
You're like, hey, we invented all these new medications. Let's give them all to your kids at once.
And we're gonna blame you for everything that you didn't cause. I'm just like, great. But anyways, moving on from that, yeah, Oshinoko's still a banger. Did you watch The Vending Machine this week?
I haven't watched any other ongoing this week.
All I'm gonna say is the only response you're gonna get from the Vending Machine show is just gonna be one giant what the fuck. Like, it's
about right.
Like
are we almost done with this season yet? I'm ready to be done.
It's like 4 more episodes, I think. I don't.
Okay.
We're almost at the end. What happens in the most recent episode was literally a point where I was so like, I'm like, I just want this to be done. Like, can we make this the end? You'll understand my joke. I was like, the end of the most recent episode. I was like, can this just be the end? Let it end here.
Yeah.
But okay, and then apparently Slime got delayed this week. So.
Oh well.
we're still.
Everything's getting delayed. Demons of the Shadow Realm had like a 2-week delay too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever. I mean, I am technically watching week to week, but I'm not like super on it, so it's not that big a deal. I have continued watching Black Clover though. I'm past the 50 episode mark.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it so far. I really don't like that guy.
Yeah,
and I especially don't like they tried to make him likable after I texted you that.
Yeah, oh, okay. So you did get to his character development episode.
Yeah, still don't like him. He's fucking weird.
He exists. I mean, unfortunately, the Black Bulls are like the band of misfits, the team. Yeah, he's there. They toned that shit down, thankfully, towards the latter half of the series. But yeah.
But I like all the other characters. They're all fun.
Black Bulls are great.
No, I'm having fun with it. I mean, it's not like it's one of those like classic, like, you know, just kind of like a vibe. You know, the shonens from back in the day. It's like that kind of thing. You know.
Well, I really like Asta's whole like he literally has nothing, and rather than just sulking about it, he's like, "Fine, I'm just gonna get fucking ripped, and that'll be my solution to everything."
That's fine. Fuck it.
He gets more ripped. He gets more ripped. That's all I'll tell you.
Cool.
There is a time skip later, and
I also watched season 2 of Young Justice.
Nice.
The 5-year time skip definitely threw me for a loop at the beginning of that season. I wasn't expecting it, and I didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, where Dick is Nightwing now, and Tim's Robin.
Yeah, that was one of the, like, I mean, there was a lot of like random shit they just threw at you right at the beginning of that season. Like, oh, these guys broke up. Now she's dating him. Also, Aqualad's a traitor. Fucking Robin is Nightwing now, and we like fucking Jason Todd. He's already dead. We're on to Tim Drake now.
Yeah, it's actually Tim Drake, not this weird amalgamation of Tim and Jason that the animated series had years earlier.
Yeah, they just keep hitting you with shit like that, like constantly for the first like 5-6 episodes. It's just like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I missed 2 seasons here.
Oh yeah, you also get the because isn't Jaime there at one point too, and he actually mentions the fact that he wasn't the first Blue Beetle.
Yes, he does. Yeah, because there's also like a ton of new characters, like Blue Beetle's there, Beast Boy is there. There's that new the Fishman guy. Yeah, there's just all sorts of new people now.
Yeah, I know the Aqua lad that was introduced in Young Justice actually he was created for that show, and he actually got put in the comics, which was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, and fucking Wally just retired. He's just like, yeah, I'm not even doing this anymore.
Yeah,
he died at the end.
That's not my favorite version of Wally, so I was kind of like.
Then Impulse just shows up from the future. He's just like, everything sucks, and Blue Beetle's the reason.
Yeah, Young Justice is weird. Like, it's a great show, but I think it's great when you keep it strictly in its own bubble.
Yeah, well, I think that's the point of it. It's supposed to be, which is weird too, because there's so many things throughout it, like with a lot of like the designs and like you know, set designs and character designs and all this other stuff. I'm like, this exact scene right here looks like it's just the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah, the art shifts like 4 times throughout that show too, by the way. So
yeah. Well, I can understand, as much as I like by the end of the season, it all came together and it worked out. I can definitely see how like they did this season and they're like, yeah, we're canceling the show, because I'm sure a lot of people felt like really weird about how it just picked up like that.
Well, also it didn't sell any toys. I mean,
well, if it didn't sell any toys, then obviously toys just weren't selling at the time, because it has like every fucking DC character was in it, pretty much.
I can guarantee you there probably was no toys, and they just used that as an excuse.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like Green Lantern, the animated series, are like any static product. Am I right? Anyways, moving on.
Tell me about it.
Also, people buy the books. If you want these goddamn series, buy the books. If you don't buy the books, the series aren't going to go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hate
Static showed up too, by the way. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
They changed his origin story for this series, which is interesting.
Static has like 100 origin stories at this point.
Yeah. This is the only one that isn't because of experimental tear gas. It was just like, no, there was the aliens. They were looking for people with latent metagenes, and they just kidnapped them and fucking Deadpooled them until they woke in their powers. And
yeah,
pretty much that kind of thing.
Which is funny because then I always just think of like that one episode of the Static Shock show where like there was the sunspot and he was trying to sleep in his bed and all this shit was just sticking to him as he's trying to sleep. I'm like, this is relatable right here. Like this is like a metaphor for something, but it's funny.
Yeah. On the subject though of Static and Milestone, I have started reading my first Milestone compendium.
Nice. And
I've almost gotten to the point where I've read the first handful of issues for every series that is contained in it. I'm on a series called Zombie right now. It's Zombie with an X. I don't know if that makes a difference. It's I'd never heard of him before, and I'm only on the second issue for that. But I've read the first about 4 issues for every other series, so like Icon, Blood Syndicate, Hardware, you know, and they are very interesting. I thought they were going to spend more time on Icon's backstory. They just kind of like briefly show like, oh, this is how he ended up here and became Icon. And moving on.
From what I remember about Milestone, it was very quickly thrown together, and the fact that it like built up into what it was actually kind of a miracle because of how just like. They just kind of threw it together in the way they did.
A lot of them are really dark.
Yeah, they were definitely for a different audience at the time. You can tell Dwayne McDuffie had a very interesting concept for what he was doing with that universe.
Yeah. Well, you could definitely tell like he was trying to reach a certain demographic of people.
Yeah, and he did for the most part. Unfortunately, nowadays, that's the thing that DC doesn't seem to get. Or anyone really, because they can throw together an amazing team and no one buys the book, and then they're like, "Oh, I guess no one likes it." It's like, well, no one knew it existed. Like,
honestly, I think an Icon movie would be great. They'd be able to fucking if they did it right, and like the kind of idea that I have in my head. If they could do that as a movie, I think it would do really, really well, and it would resonate with a lot of people.
The thing that because as much as I'd love to see like some Milestone movies, I think there's legal issues that they're dealing with still.
I thought they already worked all those out, and that's why we got all these new comics.
I'm not sure. Well, you got to understand, comics are one thing, movies are an entirely different thing.
True.
Because you know for a fact if someone who owns a huge percentage of Milestone sees DC's trying to put out movies based off those products, they're making a lot of money. You know they're going to want to renegotiate contracts, and it's going to be a whole mess.
Well, I know that there was, like, Michael B. Jordan was trying to make a Static movie happen for a while, but
yeah,
and it was in production, and then it ended up in development hell.
Which leads me to believe there was some behind-the-scenes money issues, contracts, and that's usually what hurts movies the most, and it's. Unfortunately, the Milestone situation is kind of a mess. It's kind of a sticky situation right now.
Yeah, it is. But
because
I'm enjoying the comics at least. That's fun.
At least they're printing them, so they exist out there. Get them while you can, though, people, because when it comes to omnibuses, they're only available for such a short time, and then they become impossible to find.
The first one's already out of print, so you better get them now if you want them. You're already paying more than retail. So if you don't want to pay 3 times the price, if not more, then now's the time.
Yeah. Because comic collecting is just great.
Yeah. Especially if you like niche stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Or anything that's not like Big Two. Like, yeah. Milestone's at least sort of tied to Big Two. Like, imagine if you're like a huge fan of like Boom Studios work. Like, the only thing I can tell you that came from Boom was the Power Rangers comics, which are way better than they have any right to be. But
But yeah, there was that. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I did. I read the second Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
Nice.
It's more Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's pretty much it maintains the vibe it was going for in the first book. Also, from what I can see, it was finally delivered. Because I had ordered the third book as well as the first volume of the comics, because I know we are talking about doing an episode on that later. I was hoping it would have been here before we started recording, so I could have flipped through it a little bit and, talked about some first impressions, just looking at the art and how they handle it. But unfortunately,
timing.
Yep. It always happens too. Whenever something's gonna get delivered on Sunday, it's always after we start recording. It's like,
yeah. Or I think the latest I ever had was they dropped it off at like 9:30 one night. I was like, really? It's like, all right, whatever.
It's bizarre. I also wanted to know like how much of the story, like how far into it got, because I doubt it tells the whole like first book. But who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Oh, I did find when I was at the bookstore, because I did go to see if I could find that while I was at the store. Unfortunately, I could not find it, which I'm gonna have to order it online. It's whatever.
It's only like $15.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Just I was figured if it's at B&N, I'd just grab it there, and of course it wasn't. But I did find. Actually, no, it wasn't even at B&N. It was at Newbury. I found Chainsaw Man. The next English volume came out, so that was cool.
Nice. What are they at now?
21 out of 21. So we're almost done.
Okay, so there's 3 more volumes.
Something like that. I
still get to see how it ends. Or was it already spoiled for you?
It hasn't been spoiled, but I know it's fucking nonsense. So,
I mean, it's not the worst. Like, let's just throw an ending on this real quick.
I know we've had.
Because definitely you can tell. You could tell it was just like, yeah, fuck it, we're ending it. Like,
I know we've
much worse ways.
Yeah, I know we've had way worse manga endings in recent times. From what I've heard, Chainsaw Man's isn't even like bad. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, it's just one of those like, oh, okay, I guess we're done. Sure.
The anime only crowd has no idea what they're getting into.
No.
The
anime onlys are only on like what, volume 6 of the manga?
yeah, wherever the Rize arc ends, basically. They haven't even got to the point where part 1 gets wacky.
Yeah, right.
Like they haven't even got to the fucking astronaut image yet, which I'm curious how they're going to animate that, because that is one of like the hardest hitting panels in this entire series.
Yeah. How are they going to handle fucking Denji's birthday, though? That's... Yikes.
People are going to be very upset. I
know at least one person who's going to be very mad at me.
Oh, yeah. Did I tell you I went to a Barnes & Noble and someone had propped a copy of the volume up right on that page? And I was like, you're an asshole. Whoever this was, I shut it and just shoved it in the shelf. I'm like, what a dick.
That's so mean.
Like, don't do that to people.
Oh God. I did also, I made Cindy watch the first few episodes of Gachi Akira, and it hooked her, like, immediately.
Yeah, I gotta do that. I have not been in an anime watching mood lately, although I did, I beat a game yesterday.
Oh, cool. I technically beat one today, but I'm not done with it.
I beat Bubsy 4D yesterday.
Oh. Good.
Tune in. It's the best game in the series. It's not very hard to do. Tune into 3D at some point in the future, and you'll hear my thoughts on that. If you want to understand why I played that.
Yeah, I've been kind of bouncing around between a few games, because I just got to a point where I was just kind of like done with hit and run. Like, yeah, I'm sure I'll go back and finish it at some point. But I got to a point where I just wasn't playing games because I just didn't feel like playing hit and run. So I was like, nah, I'll just play something else.
Were you on like the final level of hit and run? You got to that gauntlet and you were just like, fuck it.
Yeah, I was. Well, I'm in the final level. I'm not on the final mission. But I just got to a point where I was like, why am I doing this? Not even having fun. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll go back and fucking suffer through the end of it just to say I beat it, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. Right now, I'm just hitting up some comfort food, and I started a playthrough of Nightfire, and I've also been
Nice.
playing. I've been flip flopping between Boo's Fury and Budokai 2. So,
Nice.
although I think the ROM I have of Budokai 2 isn't like the proper ROM, because I know that there are retro achievements for that game, but they're not popping up with the ROM I have. So I don't know what's up with that.
Oh, I did read a bit of comics this week. I started reading the Superman Batman series from like the 2000s. I started with the Public Enemies arc. That's the one where Superman and Batman are outlaws. Because there's a meteor coming in. President Luthor, because he was president at the time, he's like, the meteor came from Krypton, so it's Superman's fault, and for that he's now under arrest by the government. I forgot that the comic explanation was a lot dumber than the movie version, where the movie version is, look, he murdered Metallo, even though it wasn't him. Either way, good arc. I love the art. Jeff Loeb's writing hadn't completely fallen in the toilet yet by this point. It's fun. There's some interesting one-liners. Like there's a point where they're sneaking into the Batcave through the sewers, and Clark has like a kryptonite bullet in his chest at the time, and he like rips down this electric fence, and then Alfred shows up with a shotgun. He's like, "State your business and turn around." And then he realizes it's them. And as they're walking in, Clark just goes, "Your butler guards the Batcave with a shotgun." He's like, "You didn't have an extra like Mr. Freeze gun lying around or something." I thought that was just funny. Also, it has the amazing line of where Clark's like dying in the hole, and Batman's trying to like get the bullet out of his heart, like with like some tweezers, and Clark's like making like a smart aleck like joke, and Batman's like, "Clark, for the love of God, lose the sense of humor," and he just goes, "Bruce, for the love of God, gain one." Like that is such a great line.
Yeah,
Jeff Loeb had some zingers back in the day before his writing became the most depressing shit you'll ever read.
I will say I did love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
He was so fucking good. Like he was just such a. You know, it's great when an absolute piece of shit is like one of the most lovable characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Like
it was so bizarre for me too, though, because like he plays Tolkien in the Tolkien movie, like the biopic. So it was like such like a 360, like a 180 on like his acting. I was super into it.
Well, it's so funny because he's just a dick, just to be a dick. Like he has no reason to hate Superman. He just does. And it's so funny. His breakdown at the end is great, especially when Crypto like is beating the shit out of him. He's like, "Crypto, stop!"
I also love just like when he realizes that Superman escaped like the fucking like pocket dimension area, and he like starts knocking shit off the desk and like immediately like, "Pick that up," and everyone just like jumps down and start picking up the pencils and shit. And he's just like, he goes over to talk to somebody else and knocks something else over the thing, and they all start swarming it again. It's like, it's just a stupid funny scene. I like that.
Oh, I didn't even ask. What are your thoughts on Guy Gardner?
I mean, it sure was something.
He is exactly what he Nathan Fillion understood the homework, because holy shit, like Guy Gardner was always the asshole Green Lantern, and it was like, perfect.
He's like the drunk uncle that you don't want to invite to Christmas, but you have to anyway. It's like that's the way I can describe him. I
love when he's talking to Lois and like he just name drops Clark's like actual name, and Lois is like, "He is way too trusting." Like, I loved Rachel Brosnan as a Lois. I thought she did a great job.
I thought that the casting was great for all of them. It was very, very well done. I loved weird that we had Hawkgirl but no Hawkman. That was a little odd, but
yeah, they're going for something there. Well, I mean, we had Guy Gardner as their Green Lantern out of all choices. And Metamorpho. Like we had an interesting cast. I do the scene at the end though, when Clark is obviously he can't be in the country that they're trying to save, and they have the Justice Gang show up.
Yeah,
and like Hawkgirl's just holding that guy up over the air, and he's like, you won't drop me. Like he wouldn't do that. And she's like, oh, well, good thing I'm not him. Just sends him down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn.
Just drops him. Yeah,
that's
great.
That's gonna come back later probably. But and then of course Guy Gardner's middle finger constructs.
Yep, that was wonderful. I love that.
My God, like we had it amazes me that like we had Green Lantern the movie, which isn't the worst movie ever, but it's also not a good movie. They didn't do anything with the constructs, like really. Like we got a racetrack at one point. Like, yeah. This one we're getting middle fingers, like fucking just actual Green Lantern shit. Like,
yeah.
James Gunn gets it. Like he really gets it.
I like it.
All right, we've almost been at an hour. We should probably get into our topic for this episode.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because there is things to say about this movie. So as we kind of alluded to at the start of the film, we are talking about the second Inuyasha film. Inuyasha, the movie 2, The Castle Beyond the Looking Glass. Released in 2002, although I don't believe we got it in America until like 2004. Yeah, so this movie is certainly much more of a movie than the first movie.
Yeah, it's better than the first movie, definitely.
Because the first movie, I can always say, just feels like a really long episode of the show.
It's like a filler arc
with slightly cleaner animation. This movie straight up just feels like a movie. Like the animation is fucking beautiful for the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in like animation wise in this movie that actually looks like almost modern, but you can still tell the art style itself is older styled.
Yeah, it was very interesting watching it. I know this movie takes place. The timing is a little weird. It's definitely at some point after he gets the red Tesega. Because he uses it in the movie, but it's kind of unclear exactly where it is. But yeah,
this can't be too late because they introduced Hojo's ancestor in the show fairly early on.
So I think canonically speaking, that's like the one part of this movie that gets confusing because they very much imply that this is the first time they met him, but they also met him for the first time in the show earlier.
Weird.
I'm not gonna worry about that too hard. It's not that important. So yeah, this movie starts and they straight up defeat Naraku.
Yeah, within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, because he infamously was not in the first movie, and I don't think he appears in the third or fourth either. It was like his only movie appearance, and he gets defeated within the first 10 minutes of the film. And it's a pretty cool fight, all things considered. Like the entire gang is together. Get all the classic VAs, like Kirby Morrow's still alive. Monica Story was still doing Kagome at the time. And he just dies. It's not a secret he doesn't die, but he
well, the way they do it too is so you could the suspense of disbelief, but you could totally buy that would have killed him because we've already shown that sacred arrows fuck him up.
Well, especially at this point in the series, because he had not gotten his extra power boost yet, where he somehow removed his part. It's not important. The time where it actually worked.
I think that was part of the whole thing of in context of the movie. I think that was part of the reason why he wanted to absorb Kaguya.
Oh yeah,
she had all of those actually. She had a similar thing to him, where she was an amalgamation of different demons and immortality being one of the things,
Yeah. But yeah, he dies, and the biggest shocker right away is Moroku's wind tunnel goes away, which
I love that he's just he's just Chippo, look. Chippo starts freaking out.
I will say, because of the obvious reveal later in the movie, spoiler warning, Naraku's not dead. But the obvious spoiler warning later in the movie, this is one of the greatest troll jobs ever. He is this much of a troll that he straight up gets rid of the wind tunnel temporarily.
Yeah. Well, according to him, he was technically actually dead, just temporarily.
According to
He
him,
set
but
it
this
up for
is,
him to be revived.
but it's also Naraku. Naraku is very an untrustworthy narrator at times.
Well, for what we can tell, Orochimaru definitely watched Inuyasha, because the way he's revived in this movie is exactly how Orochimaru revives himself during the Ninja War.
When was the Ninja War?
At the end of Shippuden,
Okay, yes,
when he comes back and fucking Anko had the curse mark, and he just pops out of the curse mark.
Yeah, that's. I was just wondering.
Literally the exact same thing.
I was wondering.
Okay, that was way later.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, nah, Shippuden's was way after this.
Yeah, because Naruto the manga started in '99, so yeah, it's way later.
So yeah, then we get like this whole like segment of like everyone's like, well, we still got to get the jewel shards, but at least there's not as much of a threat right now.
Yeah, at least we can just do it at our leisure now.
So Kagome goes back to her world. We do get like this when Naroku dies. We get this like brief scene where like we see Shishomaru for his one moment in the film where he looks back for 3 seconds and then goes off.
He's just like, huh? And that's like his whole thing in the movie.
He looks back and just goes, yeah. And just continues wandering on because he does not give a shit about the plot. Like that is the thing with Shishomaru, is he legit only cares when he has to be. Like he only gets involved when he has to. And then we get back to we get to like a brief clip of this is where shit's gonna get confusing. We have Kaguya and then Kagura.
Not confusing at all.
No.
I know what you're talking
about. So we get, and all it doesn't help too that Kagura is such a nothing character for me. Like I never like whenever Kagura, yeah, the
yeah.
I
want to be free like the wind.
For such a fan favorite character, I have never understood the love that character gets. She is always such a one note nothing character to me. That's controversial, I know. Inuyasha fans, I don't really care, but sorry.
I love that after Naraku is dead and like she's meeting up with Kana, and Kana's like, Kagura, what is it that you really want? She's like, isn't it obvious? I want to be free, for I am the wind. It's like that's a really weird line delivery.
Like, so you know what's amazing?
Very dramatic.
So Kagura is voiced by Janice Jod, who also voices Kana, which is just funny to me. Those are the same VAs.
Yeah.
I don't think she did any other characters in the series. I believe those were her only two major ones. Yeah, it's just funny though. Those are the same characters. Yeah, so she's here. Kana's talking to the lady in the mirror. I'm sure that's not important.
Also, I love that like she gets her heart back, right? And then
does it just get ripped out later? That's what I want.
I don't know. But Kana's just like, all right, come with me. And then they meet fucking Kaguya, and Kaguya's like, hey, you should come work for me. And then I'll grant your wish. But like her wish is already granted. The dude's already dead. She's got her heart. She don't need you. She don't need none of you. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why did you just immediately go to work for somebody else again?
Because Kagura and Kana are such nothing fucking characters in the grand scheme of things.
I think Kagura at least has like personality, you know?
Does she? Does she?
I don't have the Kagura hate that you do. I see the character there. Is she one of my favorites? No. But I understand why she is other people's favorite.
I don't know, man. Most of her love comes from a relationship that I don't even think actually exists in the series. So,
I mean, I saw something there. Was it something that Sesshomaru really would have followed through on? No. But I don't know. I think he cared enough to at least, not let her die alone.
I guess. I don't know. All I got from that scene was he just kind of was there.
Which is a huge character development moment for him, by the way.
Yeah. I guess.
Big step in the right direction for Shishomaru.
Yeah, and then Yashahime happens, but we don't need to go there yet. But going back to Kagome now, she has gone back to her world, and she's greeted by the true villains of the series, her three friends. Also, I got to say, because I have not watched the early Inuyasha in a long time, I forgot how irritating Hojo was as a character.
Yeah, because he just won't take no for an answer.
Yeah, you can't take a fucking hint, like, for the life of
for
him.
Real.
Like, all these, like, the girls are like building up on it like it's this big thing, and Kagome's like, I got shit to do. like I don't have time for this. Thanks.
He's like, Kagome, I know I haven't seen you in 3 months, but we're going out this weekend. I'm not taking no for an answer. I already got the tickets right here. He's just like, how did you even know I was going to be here, dude? I've been gone for 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. He is such another character that I'm always like, damn, was he always this irritating? Especially in that one episode from the anime where he's all like angry and like he's like, I'm going to do something about it. And I'm just like, no, you're not. You go out, go away.
Yeah, right.
It's funny that his past counterpart is infinitely more interesting and also like 3 times as pathetic.
Plus, Akitoki is just a fun name to say.
Yeah. I do love the scene though of like Inuyasha out in public because Soda's like, Kagome, come quick, Inuyasha's out and about. She's like, why weren't you watching him? And he's like, well, I tried, but you know how he is. And I love when they're looking for him and the dogs are just barking insanely in the background and she's just like, sit, boy. And then he just gets implanted off screen and she's like, oh, hi, Inuyasha. He's like, what you doing?
That was actually a very good use of the sit.
Yeah, just because
I like that.
I knew it was coming, but when it happened, I'm like, that's still funny. Like when he just
and then the photo booth thing.
I love that scene where they're fighting in the photo booth, and then Soda's like, "Oh, might as well get some memories while we're here."
Yeah,
we get those pictures. I love those pictures so much.
Yeah, there was some solid character moments in this one. Whereas in the first one, there was so many moments where I'm like, "Why are you being such a bitch?" You know, so many moments at the first. Exactly. Everyone in the first movie was just being such a bitch for no reason.
Yeah. This movie is Kagome's anger towards him is justified pretty much every time it happens. Because it's Inuyasha
except maybe the whole like bathing scene.
Well, that was a joke. Like that, we don't have to worry about that one.
Yeah. And then she drowns him because she makes him sit while in the fucking hot spring, so he's just drowning.
That's fine. He deserved it for existing. We needed our obligatory Kagome bath scene because we need like 7 of those per season.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ. You know, there used to be a wiki for that. Like there was a wiki called the Anime Bath Scene Wiki, and it literally categorized every bath scene in an anime, and Kagome was like one of the most prominent because holy fuck. Like
typical.
Yeah, that whole scene is weird because like they're just like chilling in the hot springs for no reason. And then oh wait, no, that scene actually happens before she goes back. Yeah, that scene happens before she goes back.
Does it?
Yeah, because it's after the fight and it's as she's heading back and they're all about to go their separate ways.
Right. Yeah, because I keep forgetting that fucking Moroku and Sango go off on their own thing for a while because she has to go find Kohaku now that he's free.
Did you have an internal counter for every time he grabbed her butt? Like I was like, oh, yeah, there we go. There's the first one.
I mean, that's just something that you automatically do when you're watching Inuyasha. It's just there he is again.
Yep. Moroku grabbed ass again.
We're in mid battle with the big bad, and we're just gonna go ahead and give a quick reach around.
See, at least for this point in the series, it's exclusively Sango, and he's not just grabbing every woman's ass. But
is it?
I believe so because they're basically.
I don't think they were like together at this point.
They weren't together, but he was his attraction was pretty exclusive by this point.
I suppose.
I mean, he still asked people the question, but he would never. I think I think he grabs Kagome's butt one time. That's whatever.
It's possible.
It's Moroku being Moroku. There's like a 5-part series of just all of Moroku's like perv moments on YouTube which is
He's
hilarious.
like, oh, you card.
Although he always gets exactly what's coming to him, so it's never like he never gets away with it.
He actually was completely innocent though in that hot spring scene.
Yeah, he literally was just trying to stop the guy from peeping. I did like Hojo's little like response of like, I'm out of here. These women are crazy.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't want any part of this.
For real.
And I love Shippo's little sarcastic quotes all the time, like the little "they never learn" or "he deserves it." What an idiot!
Shippo is one of the best characters.
Shippo is a great character. They're all great characters. Like the entire group in Inuyasha is so well fleshed out.
Even people outside the group, there's a lot of just great characters. See, Inuyasha is one of the most like consistently good classic anime of all the ones that I've seen. And that's rare. It's way more rare, and it does not get enough credit.
So I will say there was one scene, because I haven't seen this movie in a couple of years. There was one scene where I was about to roll my eyes because I thought Kikyo does appear in this movie. Like she has a somewhat significant part, I guess. It's not major, but it's not like
she's not pushing Kagome down a well or anything.
Yeah, no. This time Inuyasha is the one that pushes Kagome to the ground, which I still thought was a weird scene. I was like, God damn. When she gets in the way and he's like, get out of here, Kagome, and just shoves her to the ground. I'm like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I was out of character a little bit. No, but Kikyo is in this movie, and she does a bit more than just be a nuisance like she was in the first movie. But I was gonna say the second they get back into like the feudal era, after they come back from Kagome's world, and Inuyasha does that weird like pause after the whole locket scene, and then goes like, "Wait a minute, it can't be," and he runs off. I'm like, he better not be running to Kikyo right now. I was because I have not seen this. I completely forgot if they did or not. I was like, they did not throw another one of these in there, but no, it turns out
they don't even see her in this movie. I think she shoots one arrow like off on the side where they can see her, and then she leaves.
Her presence in this movie is one of her least offensive. Like it's honestly probably her most in character cameos. I know I don't know if she appears in the third movie. I know in the fourth movie, the fourth movies are stupid. We'll
yeah, I remember that being the one that I liked the least, which is saying a lot because the first movie was very much of a nothing burger of a movie.
The first movie is like you just watch it as an episode and it's fine. The fourth movie is legitimately just bad.
Yeah,
even though it has a great ending song from Do As Infinity.
I
think that's the name of the band. Either way, yeah. So plot kind of continues on from there, and there's this whole like scavenger hunt where they're Kagura and Kana are trying to collect these different objects to bring back Kaguya. One of which is literally a piece of Inuyasha's cloak.
Yeah, because he's clocked from the fire rack. Because literally, it's the ancient tale of the Moon Princess.
Yeah, that happened to be what Kagome was learning about in class that one time. Well, no, she did sleep through it, so I don't think she remembered it. But
well, you still hear shit when you're asleep. You know, you process it in your subconscious.
I love that scene too, where like the teacher, nobody gives a fuck that Kagome is knocked on the desk.
Yeah, right.
I
do find it interesting that they just like, it's middle school and they're just like, we're just gonna teach you about classic fairy tales. Okay, sure.
I always forget they're in middle school because of the way they're all drawn.
Yeah, me too. She got way too much leg for a middle schooler.
She got way too much a lot of things for a middle schooler, but that's just
true.
That's just
including boyfriends.
Well, let's be real.
I know Hojo's not really her boyfriend, but everyone else thinks he is.
I know, but Kagome's is like only interested in one person. Let's be real. Where was I going with this? Brain stopped working.
We were talking about gathering the items.
You're right. Yeah, gathering the items. Which is it's an interesting little fetch quest kind of thing. Like we get a little like moment from like a bunch of the characters. I know Kagome and Inuyasha is where they get the sleeve from, and then they get an item from Sango, and then another one from Moroku, and that's kind of how they all get brought back together.
Yeah, because what's his name? Kohaku had like a bowl or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. That very
Then
important.
the scene when he wakes up in like the demon village, whatever, you see the little mark, the like little like whatever growth on his neck is like the first like clue.
Yeah, it's like, spider shape.
Well, it
Interesting.
wasn't a spider shape yet. At first, it was just
Well,
like a
yeah,
little like it was just like it looked like a fucking like a really jagged scar almost, but it was
yeah,
like raised like it was like a growth.
yeah. And Songo like cares, but she's also like, I should probably be more worried about this, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Hmm.
Because I care more about getting you to remember me. And he's like, who are you?
Yeah.
I forget which Kohaku VA this was.
To be honest, like I don't even notice it because he shows up like so infrequently throughout the series that I never remember what the last one sounded like. So until you told me, I didn't even know there was like 5 different VAs for Kohaku.
Yeah, this was Danny McKinnon, who played a lot of child characters. It looked like, uh, yeah, he was Kohaku and Inuyasha in the show at 1.2. I know he went through a few because his voice, because of like all the voice changes. Oh, he was in. Oh, he played the kid in Dragon Tales. That's perfect.
Oh shit!
That is perfect. It makes total sense now.
Oh, Dragon Tales.
I like how I'm scrolling down looking for something I recognize. I'm like, oh, Dragon Tales, cool.
That's the thing you attach to. Okay.
Well, the only other things are the Inuyasha things
Mm,
and a bunch of animes I've never seen before.
it's about right.
That's fun. Yeah, that happens. Moroku is chilling in his village with his master, who is like a father figure basically. And he's like, I need to see this note my grandfather left. Take me to his grave. He hires the Tanuki to do that, and then they also get jumped. No, he ends up running into Sango, and then Sango tries to like smash his face, and he's like, "Wait, Sango, it's me." And then she's like, "I heard you." She's like, "Maybe I do want to smash his face in." And then we eventually, though, they do gather all the items and obviously, predictably, resurrect. What's her name? Kaguya.
Kaguya.
And then she's like, "Good, I'm back, but I'm missing one item. The celestial gown, was it?"
Yeah, celestial. Maybe gown is basically a gown, but I think they use a different word.
Yeah, it's a Japanese
It was a robe. It was a celestial robe.
celestial robe. Maybe that's what it was.
Or a shawl or something. I don't
And
know
of course,
it was a piece of cloth.
Yeah, and of course, it's the thing that Hojo has. Aside from all those apples he dropped into the river. Oh yeah,
apparently the Hojo family's obsessed with fruit.
I forgot about the scene where like he's getting mugged by those like bandits, and like Inuyasha just like is like, "Get out of my fucking way! I don't have time for your shit right now."
Yeah, I don't care about this.
And I love how they're like, "Who are you talking to?" And Kagome's like, "He's in a bad mood. I wouldn't do that." And then Shippo's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't piss him off." And then they're like, "Who the hell are you?" Well, now we're gonna fight him for sure. And then Inuyasha one shots all of them.
Practically off screen. Like,
well, they weren't important enough. I do love the fact that they don't even like, they're mad about Inuyasha. They don't even acknowledge like Kagome on her fucking pink bicycle. Like right. Hey, that's
you think a lot more people would like react to that, you know?
Well, especially because by like feudal standards, she's basically running around half naked by their standards.
True.
She shows a lot of leg. That's not a thing back then.
Yeah.
But
again, way more leg than she should.
Yeah.
Like way more leg than she should have, like biologically.
Anime girls, what are you gonna do?
God.
Where was it? Oh yeah, so they're so they kind of ignore that, and then like later on they find out he has the thing, and he's like, I'm gonna go throw it into the volcano. And she's like, why would you do that? It's so pretty. And then of course they show up, and like we get the Inuyasha's like stuck to the tree thing, and then she's about to get shot by the Kagome's redirected arrow, which Kagome then jumps in front of to stop, and then Hojo throws the celestial robe for some reason. Why did he throw the robe? I'll never understand. It does save her life because she gets fucking impaled with an arrow, but the robe apparently heals whatever it touches.
That's good.
That's convenient.
Also, I did think it was a little bit of poetic justice that she got shot with an arrow in this movie. They shot Inuyasha with one in the last movie.
That wasn't even her fault.
Doesn't matter. Bro, at this point, bro's been shot with arrows by both of the women he loves. Like, yeah.
That was
get a little bit of pay, a little bit of divine retribution.
To be fair, though, Kagome didn't actually shoot this one at him. She shot it at Kaguya, and it got redirected back. But
well, it was just a good little like, oh, he's gonna get shot with an arrow again. It's like, oh no, she got shot. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's through the spine. That ain't good. But
yeah,
magic, magic. She's fine.
Good old magic.
So then we get to the final arc of this movie, which is they finally infiltrate Kaguya's castle. And we find out real quick that the form that she's been taking. I did like the thing where Moroku's like talking to his master, and he's like, so why didn't he just like use his wind tunnel to defeat this woman? And he's like, well, Moroku, she's a beautiful lady. I mean, think about it. Like,
he's like, yeah, okay.
He's like, fair.
Which is ironic because it's exactly how they defeat her. Is he fucking wind tunnels her?
Well, Moroku only cares about Sango really by this point, so. Despite his,
he still doesn't harm ladies though. It's not his thing.
Yeah, but in this case, she was a cloud, so it was fine.
Yeah, she was a cloud of poison or something. Well, no, she couldn't have been poison because then it would have hurt him. It didn't hurt him.
Yeah, she was just a cloud of cloud at this point.
Yeah.
So the final scene is interesting because like Kagome is like trapped there, and that's how they kind of lure Inuyasha.
Yeah, because she wants to like absorb her or something.
Yeah, to get like a true physical form, and then she tries to brainwash Inuyasha using the mirror to make him a full demon, to use to her advantage. And we get
Can I just say, I don't think I've ever said this before. I fucking hate his teeth when he's in demon form. He looks like he has like the biggest fucking like Gary Busey overbite.
Yeah, his true demon form has never been that interesting. I think that's kind of the point, though, is like because this is another one of those things where like they really push into the whole like reaffirm the whole Kagome likes him for who he is, not for what he wants to be.
Yeah, well, then that was the other thing too, is when she kisses him, she's just kissing straight teeth. Like,
true. I don't think this kiss is technically canon, but it's
well, it's an anime movie from the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, of course. It's not canon.
Well, that kiss
was canon back then.
That kiss was controversial back in the day because people were like, "No, it can't happen yet," especially because it's going to get wiped away like nothing happened.
She even dropped an L-bomb.
Yeah, she said the love word. She said love, even though it's obvious.
This totally isn't a love story.
I know. Like that whole scene, like where she's like trying to break him free from the spell, and he's like grabbing her, and like everyone's like, Kagome, run, he's going to kill you, and she's like, no, I can get through to you, I love you. And then the kiss happens, and like everyone in like the crowd is like Shippo's like can't handle it, which I think is just funny. And all that stuff, and of course it finally does break the curse. But then the big surprise reveal is Naraku wasn't dead, he was just hiding in Kohaku's back the entire movie.
Yep. And it's like really, really gross when he comes out.
Oh yeah, that scene is ridiculous. Like I was when she pulls like the back of his shirt off to see why he's in pain. It's like, oh god, spider. Yep, we know what's happening now.
And like, God forbid he could just come out like whole. He has to come out like one demon at a time. Like,
oh yeah, no, I mean,
like that was just he didn't have to do that. He was just being a troll.
dude, he's just in it for the love of the game. Like Naraku has no motive. Like he never did. He's straight up just like, I'm going to be an ass to be an ass.
Again, but why though?
Why not? Like, that's why Maraku is one of the greatest anime villains, because he fucking does it for the love of the fucking game.
He is like one of the ultimate trolls.
He is. The fact that like then all of a sudden the wind tunnel immediately comes back and it's just like, oh yeah, yep, this whole thing. This is how this movie can exist, is because they have to just reset the status quo and everything. But yeah, he's back. The wind tunnel's back. Inuyasha's sort of back, and Naraku's like, oh, we must fight now. And we get this like multi-tiered fight where like the Inuyasha gang is like kind of like trying to fight off Kaguya, but then Naraku's also just being a nuisance because he can.
As usual.
And they're also trying to escape this slowly disintegrating building as they're all running out. The whole ending sequence is kind of messy, but I do like the fight, and the animation is fun and gross at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of ends there. Like it's very abrupt. Like everything kind of gets neatly tied together. Oh, we didn't even bring up the whole barrier around Kaguya's layer that freezes time. And and the only reason why they can survive in there is because of the bandages that Kagome put on them.
Oh yeah, because they're from the future, so they're like time displaced. So like they
that's like a
shit around them and like medicine.
That is like an ongoing plot thread throughout Inuyasha that never really gets addressed beyond just being a thing that's constantly mentioned. Is the fact that Kagome is technically time displaced, and as such, like the world doesn't like apply to the rules of the world in like a lot of ways. And it's never explained upon other than just being an occasional plot device.
Well, again, it's just one of those things where they never explain like where did all the demons go. It's just kind of like they're just not there anymore. It's nobody knows why.
It's the common fan theory for why, like in like Yashahime or like the end of Inuyasha Final Act, why Kagome really hasn't aged at all despite like multiple years passing. They say it's because she's technically time displaced and she just doesn't age anymore.
Well, realistically, it's because the entire Inuyasha story only takes place for the course of like a year.
But there's a huge time skip towards the end, like where time does pass.
It's like 3 years.
Well, she finishes her high school. She ages there, but then like there's I guess another time skip after. And then of course the time skip in Yashahime, but that's getting way ahead of ourselves.
It's really not that much of a time skip at the end of Inuyasha. It's
no. I think
at most she might be like 20.
I think the theory is she's just perpetually 18 for like the rest of her existence.
And also it's pretty clear from episode 1 that she was definitely an early bloomer.
Yeah, I mean, she's like 15 in episode 1, and then by the end she's 18 after everything.
Also, we skipped over the part, but I did love the one strategic sit boy.
Oh yeah, that was convenient.
They are rare. They are very rare when they actually use that strategically, and I did like to see it here.
Well, it's going to be weird when we get to the next movie where like the necklace is gone and it's not a plot. It's basically gone from the movie, most of it.
So weird.
It makes
sense.
sense.
He still have it like when they're married.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's not a healthy relationship thing.
I think he secretly likes it, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know. Maybe it's part of the whole like I'm part dog thing. Like I gotta have a collar, otherwise, like what am I doing?
I just think they're freaks personally, but
who knows?
It's just for gags, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the film basically just kind of ends where everything's kind of reset back. Naraku literally gives like a nah and just runs off into the distance.
Pretty much, yeah.
He basically says "get fucked, losers," and then runs off. And I'm like, great. Kahaku's gone too.
And everything's as it was when the movie started.
Status quo reset. As if nothing happened.
But I did think it was a fun way to just be like yeah, like we are going to do this in a way where like, yeah, you could just slot this in the show and it'd be fine.
It's definitely out of the movie stories, it is the most movie feeling, I'd say. Because the third movie is its own special case, because that movie has so many plot ramifications that actually matter. This movie, on the other hand, is just fun. Like, there's really no stakes here. It's kind of this is the movie that you watch if you're a fan of Inuyasha.
For sure.
Like, I love the voice acting. Like, the entire cast does such a great job. Like, the dub is excellent. It's so weird watching these old Ocean dubs, and like you just kind of hear the who's who of the old Ocean cast at times.
Especially we don't really like. It's not really much of a thing anymore. We don't see them very often anymore.
Well, let me look at what has Richard Dean Cox done recently. Johnny Test.
Actually, you know what? Kind of think of it when the credits were rolling. I think they just credited him as Richard Cox.
Yeah, he went by Richard Cox for a while. He was in Bob the Builder. Perfect. Yeah, he's not good. He's not done a lot of anime because the anime studios don't use Ocean. The last anime project he did was Yashahime. So,
yo, is that his real name?
Richard Dean Cox.
Yeah.
Good question.
Because I'm just saying, like, his parents didn't think that through. If that is his real name.
Apparently, yeah.
So his name is Dick Cox.
Sure. That was.
His parents did not think that one through at all.
Or they were like,
it has to be a family name, or they're just assholes.
or that is their Naraku level troll in there or something.
Maybe I don't know.
I still want to hear this mythical dub of the Ocean dub of Kai, where he supposedly plays Goku. I want to know because apparently that exists.
Yeah, I would love to watch the Ocean dub of Kai, or really the Ocean, because I think Ocean continue doing Z. I think they continued doing Z after Funimation started doing it.
Kirby Morrow takes over as Goku for most of it.
Right. Yeah. See, I want to see like the full Ocean dubs of like both versions of Z. Like that's like Z and Kai.
I forget. Monica Story plays someone in Dragon Ball in the Ocean dub.
Is it 18?
Who was
18
it?
Or Videl? There aren't that very many female characters to choose from. So
it was Videl.
Okay.
That makes sense, actually. Now I think about it.
I know what's his name. Brad Swale plays adult Gohan.
Yeah. No, because I'm looking at you. Actually, you want to see a very small behind the voice actors page. Monica Stories is most of her roles are Kagome. Because she's been retired since 2009. So, but
gotcha.
Yeah, other than that, though, like Kirby Morrow kills it. Kelly Sheridan as Son goes great. Jillian Michaels as Shippo. The whole cast is amazing. Paul Dobson as Naraku is like the best, just like top tier, just being a fucking shithead.
Yeah, yeah. I like legitimately thought that was Steve Bloom for the longest time.
No, Paul Dobson.
Because the voice is so on point, like it sounds like one of his like, you know, grittier characters. You know, like when Steve Bloom will do like, you know, like they're more like laid back, kind of like Spike Spiegel characters, but when he's doing like a villain voice, it's legit sounds like Naraku.
Yeah. Nah, Paul Dobson, that's probably his most famous role in all honesty, because everything else I'm seeing here is Canadian kids shows. Yes. So the typical the Ocean dub cast people, basically.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, I like this movie though. This one's really solid overall.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones. It might. I'd have to watch the third one again, but it might be my favorite.
I like the third one more, just because the third one actually has stakes and there's like a ton of backstory and shit. Also, it's the only one where Shishomaru does anything that matters.
I mean, there was stakes in this one too, and you know, 'cause, I mean, between like, there was what Kaguya was doing, but there was also like, what would be the ramifications if Narakyo had managed to absorb her? You know, like that.
True.
That would have been real bad.
I think the thing with this one is the fact that it's very self-contained. The third one has actual stuff that like is basically canon. The third one also has like I think by far the biggest probably like shit gets real like plot essentially. Either way though, I like them both. The art style is interesting in this movie because you notice the art style was slightly different.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely like more of a movie quality too, because they just did such a good job with like the shading and everything. It was very shiny.
Yeah, no, the movie. What's funny about the Inuyasha movies is each one has a distinctly different art style compared to the show. Like, because when you watch, when we get to the third one eventually, you'll see the art style in that one and go, oh yeah, that's different.
Like, the first one was basically just the show. It was like it was like the old school Z movies where it's like, yeah, we just have the exact same team, the exact same like kind of budget. Like it looks the same.
The first one was the show, but the models were all slightly off. Like I still say Kagome looks weird in the first movie. Like, I've always stood by that. Like it's just a weird choices all around. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to when we do eventually get to the third one, though, because there's so much to talk about with that movie. And we have to talk about the fourth one.
Yay! We'll have to make sure we have a segment going at that point, so we have. Well,
the sad part is there'll be a lot to talk about with that fourth movie, but none of it is really good.
It's one thing we love. It's bad movies.
Sure do. Sure do.
Speaking of, well, actually, I can't say if it's good or bad, but the other Dragon Ball live action movie is apparently free with ads on YouTube.
There was another live action Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah, it was a Chinese one that was before Dragon Ball Evolution. It's called Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins.
Great. It's just what we need.
And funny, I actually remember seeing the DVD for that in the old New Brad Comics at the local mall. I never bought it. I don't know why I didn't. I think I was just like, I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't like, I still love Dragon Ball, but I wasn't in my like, I have to have all of them.
Yeah. I do love this old Viz like a DVD for this movie. It still has like the really old Viz logo on there.
Oh yeah.
I found this at Anime Boston with like the other 3 for like at first I was worried because it said $24 on all of them, but they actually were $5 a piece.
Oh, okay.
Which wasn't bad. It's such a nothing release too. It's literally like just like one fucking flimsy piece of paper in here with the chapters. This movie had chapters.
Classic. It was actually a fairly long movie too. It was what, an hour 40 minutes?
It's definitely longer than actually all the Inuyasha movies are weirdly long. Like even the first one is long.
Because I mean, like when I think of like movies based on existing franchises, obviously Dragon Ball is the first one that comes to mind, and almost all of those were like 50 minutes tops.
Yeah, it wasn't until like the way later ones where they were like actually like an hour and something.
Yeah, I think Broly was the first one that was more than an hour.
Yeah. Well, Battle of Gods, I think, was fairly long.
No, well, Battle of Gods is like a regular movie length. It was like an hour and a half. I'm talking like the original Broly.
Oh, you mean that Broly? Yeah, okay.
That was like an hour 15, something like that.
That's why that movie is so. We'll get to it. We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we'll get to it the next time we do that.
Great.
Super 13 and Broly.
Oh, at least we get one of those is funny. It's not over till the fish drops. It's over.
Yeah. Classic.
And his Texas accent.
Fucking Chuck Huber.
He only does like 2 voices. He does Android 17 and whatever the fuck that's supposed to be.
Yeah. That's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah, I guess good enough time to wrap this one up, though. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of different podcasts, videos, blogs. Look up for the upcoming Game Club blog where we talked about Earthworm Jim 3D. It exists. Yay. Yeah, I look forward to that and all the other awesome shows there. And until next time, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.